She don't wanna tell lies. She don't wanna tell lies. She just wanna feel alive. She just wanted more time. I'm looking for a long ride. She just wanna test drive. Dying on the west side. I'll see you in the next life. What do you want, babe? I don't like when you don't, man. You've been calling the wrong name. I said, what do you want, babe? I'm working on my aim. I'm hoping you do the same. You got me afraid again, so let me just pray again. You gon' jump through hoops. Know how many lines you'll do. Won't matter when you lose. Everything I've done for you. She don't wanna tell lies. She don't wanna tell lies. She just wanna feel alive. She just wanted more time. I'm looking for a long ride. She just wanna test drive. Dying on the west side. I'll see you in the next life. Waiting on a sacrificial life. Waiting on the ones who didn't fight. I told you not to waste my time. I told you never sing the song you like. You gon' jump through hoops. Know how many lines you'll do. Won't matter when you lose. Everything I've done for you. She don't wanna tell lies. She don't wanna tell lies. She just wanna feel alive. She just wanted more time. I'm looking for a long ride. She just wanna test drive. Dying on the west side. I'll see you in the next life.
sunshine of my life.
just wanna see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I'll follow, no matter how far. If life is a movie, then you're the best part.
Whew. Well, it is now 11:20 p.m. and I got my steps in. We got our workout in. I found my wallet because I lost it yesterday, and by lost it, I left it in my friend Thomas's car. And then luckily enough, very fortunately enough, I didn't drop it anywhere else. It just ended up in his car. I hit him up. I said, "Is my wallet in your car?" And it was, and I retrieved my wallet. Today was an interesting day, actually. I got my work done. I also got things that I need in preparation for school slowly out of the way. Then I also met with a friend for brunch. Then I also met with some friends for dinner. And then I also met, again, another friend to get my wallet. So today was a very interesting day, to say the least. Even today as well, if I'm being honest, I was actually very lazy today. And I've noticed it's kind of the thing where it coincides with whenever I have people that is working on the house, I kind of turn into like a couch potato, where like I'm not even on the couch actually. I just turn into a potato, chair potato, where I kind of lose all motivation to move. And then funny enough too, I was sitting at only around 3,000 to maybe 4,000 steps when I got to the gym. So I did get a little bit paranoid thinking, hey, and I got to the gym pretty late. I got to the gym maybe around like 9:30, maybe 9:40ish. And I thought, okay, my steps, the step counter resets at 12 a.m. So I have until 12 a.m. to make sure I get about 6,000 steps in. And I was thinking, oh man, that sounds like a lot of steps. But the more I think about it, 6,000 steps is about, if you are moving for about an hour, you will get 6,000 steps in. Unless you are moving at like a very slow pace. But if you're walking for an hour, you will hit 6,000 steps, or at least for me. I did see somewhere that if you are taller or if you have longer legs, you will be getting less steps in because you simply have a longer stride. And due to my shorter stature that I can't ever fix, that I can never change, of my shorter stature, I get more steps in though. Woo! What the hecky? The hecky? So, as you might have noticed, today's workout was a little bit different from my usual upper lower, 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 upper lower. Today was actually, some people call it a pull day, some people call it a back and bi day. I called it a fun day. I don't really know what I meant by that. I don't really know what's going on through my mind. If I'm being completely honest, I am a bit sad. Anytime I feel like I made any sort of effort into getting over my ex, I just get hit with these random floods of emotions and just mixture of regret, mixture of like anxiety, mixture of just a lot of negative emotions where I can't help but think like, oh, is there something I could have done different? But then it's again another side of my brain saying, no, you did the best you can. It just didn't work out. Or I start going, oh, but I could have treated her better. I feel bad about this thing that I did. But there's the other side where they go, no, they actually treated you terribly as well. So what more is there? What the heck? What more is there to do other than to just accept it and move on and just simply look forward to a brighter future? And I really wish one day I can look back at all these confusing emotions that I have, all these unresolved feelings, and just simply say, I remember those times and I'm glad I got over it. This guy's going slow, so we're gonna overtake them real quick. Remember, fellas, if you're on any sort of road, the left lane is usually for passing. Specifically, if you're on a highway, the left lane is for passing, the right lane is not for passing. So are we using the interstate as the Lord intended right now? Yes, because I went to the left lane to pass the car on the right lane. And after I was done passing, I went back down into the right lane because do you see how fucking bright this is? Do you see how fucking bright this is in my eyes? Fuck you. Jesus Christ, dude. I'm actually just gonna get behind this car and just shine my brights at him. Look at this fucking Jeep jabroni. You know what? I'm flashing my bright time the entire time. Let's just do that. Let's see how he fucking lights it. Oh, this feels actually really good right now. And the greatest thing, it's the most harmless prank ever. Oh, this actually feels so. After getting blinded by maybe I have things I need to work on, things I need to resolve. Maybe I have some unrepressed emotions that I need to get through. Maybe I need to stop road raging. But that was kind of fun though. After getting somebody's bright ass headlights shined into my retinas and burning my eyeballs and being able to do the same back to them, woo! That got the blood thinning. I'm taking blood thinners. Actually, I am not taking any blood thinners right now. I am not taking any medication to thin my blood because I know my grandpa is, so I should not be saying that because that is an actual health condition. But okay, let's break it down real quick. Lucio says that in Overwatch. And you know who else played Overwatch? Her.
If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you?
See, even if it might look a bit comedic, especially with the timing and everything, but I really do. Ugh. What is that? There was something in the road and it wasn't. Oh, okay. I don't think it was an animal, but what was that? Ew. Like, objectively speaking, looking back on it, maybe it was just like a tree branch that went onto the road and people kept running it over, so it was like exploded. But it was like, imagine like a very tubular shaped thing, but that looks definitely very much like if I were to describe it, imagine like a tentacle off like an octopus, but like a giant one, but then like spread out in a bunch of pieces, and it was just everywhere on the road. And I already get really squeamish whenever I see roadkill on the road, because it's like, again, first of all, it's sad, like, you know, little bunny died, little possum died, little raccoon died, and it's always so, again, just, is visceral the right word to use, where if you just look at it, it's a lot to look at. But again, we're gonna go back to yesterday. Why did I do a pull day today? Well, or why did I do a pull / back / rear delt / bicep day today / forearms? Well, if we not fast forward, if we reverse it into yesterday, which was April 26th, Sunday, I ran for the first time yesterday. Ran for the first time that's not on the treadmill. I've been, not very consistently, but here and there, whenever I feel like I have the energy to do so, I've been doing 1 mile of running on the treadmill. And the last time I ran on the treadmill and I recorded about mile time, I did about an 11-minute something mile. Again, pretty slow, but is that an improvement for me? Yes, that's a vast improvement for me. I used to not be able to run a mile at all. Like back, you know, when I had PE in high school and middle school, I was the person clocking in 15, 16, maybe a 14-minute mile, because I'd be speed walking, slightly jogging, and then just getting gassed out to the point I could barely finish. But yesterday, I've had some friends that are training for a 10K that's coming up in August, and they asked me if I wanted to join them in the training, and I said yes. And was I extremely nervous? Yes. Was I really not looking forward to it? Yes. But did I finish yesterday? Yes. So yesterday's total was about 3.5 miles. 3.5 miles are not always running though. I would say about 80%, maybe 70, actually I would say about 80 to 85% I ran, and the other 15% I walked. Because I dare say I was looking back on, like, not the, I don't have Strava, but my little watch that tracked the run, right? It said my average mile pace was about 11 minutes 34 seconds. But when I look at the parts where I was actually running, my mile pace was about 9:40. And I do believe the first mile that I ran, and that was under 10 minutes though, which I'm actually really proud of, because again, it's the idea that I was never able to run a mile ever. And then yesterday, my first mile time was actually under 10 minutes, which is probably the best mile I think I've ever ran in my life. And it's actually really exciting. It's the idea that I feel like I've always struggled with my body image. I've always struggled with just simply just existing in this body and just having it function the way I want it to function. I can't run as fast as the people. I can't run as long as other people. I can't do cartwheels. I can't do a pull-up. I can't do a push-up. I just can't do all these things that a lot of people that I know can do. And that would scare me. And then I finally remember the day I finally decided to lose weight a couple years ago. It was simply with the idea of my body is in a lot of pain, specifically my back. And if I don't make any significant changes to that, I am going to be living a life of agony. And I don't want to live a life of agony. Going through a breakup is already fucking agony enough. And you tell me I gotta deal with the physical pain of that as well? No, no, no. As you see, when you occasionally see me do a random 1,000-yard stare, I do get scared about the future. I get really scared at times. I think, what if I never find love again? What if I find love again, but then it just reminds me of the previous love again? What if I'm never actually able to achieve the dream body that I've always imagined? What if I'm not able to achieve the dreams that I've always, wanted to do? What if I just keep failing? Because I feel like at this point in my life, a lot of things that I feel like I tried really hard at didn't really end up working in my favor. And it makes me really scared. It terrifies me. It keeps me up on some nights. And I will say one thing that is a benefit of working out and being physically tired at times because of working out hard is that it does make sleeping easier. Where I don't have to sit alone with my thoughts too much at night. Where I can just close my eyes, do a breathing exercise, and then just drift away to sleep peacefully and wake up the next day and say, hey, I'm ready to tackle today. And as silly as it sounds, I really do think going to the gym has helped me a lot mentally, and obviously it helps physically. Where even right now, me saying it out loud, even me saying out loud how scared I am, how anxious I am, but also saying, hey, these are the things that I also put an effort to make a change. These are the things that I've been doing consistently. These are the things that I've been actively trying and not giving up on. I, again, do feel like, as funny as it sounds, we're so back. Anytime I say it's Jover, it's sometimes to be hit with the greatest we're so back. And if it ends up being this cycle of it's so over, we're so back, it's so Jover, we're so back, I know that eventually I'll be able to break that cycle. Or even if I'm not able to break that cycle, it's with the idea that each it's Jover, I've made progress. Every time I say it's Jover, it's not I'm taking 3 steps back. I take 1 step back after taking 3 steps forward. That means we're still 2 steps forward right now. And even if I drop a little bit of motivation, even if I lose a little bit of progress no matter what I do, I still made the effort to take 2 steps forward. So that no matter what, I'm always going to be in a mindset, always going to be in a pace that I've always made progress, at least in the end. And I really need to break out of this mindset that every time I lose a little progress, every time I get a step back, that I don't get into this doomer mindset saying everything's done for. Like, there's no point in trying anymore. I just have to keep telling myself, it's going to be worth it. It's going to work out. No matter what, if I put in the time and effort, I will see results from it. We can do it, guys. I can do it. You can do it. We can do it. My ex can do it. Because even to this day, even through all like oh, my eyes. Oh, it's not even a Tesla. It's just every car and every new car days where you see white headlights. they're basically giving you a taser to the eyes right now. But the thing I was gonna say is, even through all the hardships and the unpleasant experiences of going through a breakup, and even just thinking about the relationship itself and thinking, hey, maybe actually things weren't great, I still wish her the best. I hope she stays healthy. I hope she becomes healthier. I hope she gets the mental help that she needs. And I'm not even saying that in like a, condescending way and saying, get help. But, in a way, like, I hope she's mentally healthy, physically healthy, and she has a good life, No matter what happens in my life, no matter who wrongs me or who ills me, if I had history with them and if I had at least some good times with them, I do wish them the best, I hope they thrive. I hope they're able to achieve the things that they wanted to do. And for example, if I even were to talk about my previous relationship, if there are things that she couldn't accomplish while we were together, I hope she's able to accomplish them now or in the future. Because I have to tell myself that too, because during the relationship, there's definitely things I couldn't strive for, couldn't really do. And now I have the freedom to do so. So what better time than to start taking advantage that I have the time to just think about myself and myself only, and to pursue them. And again, I can do it, you can do it, we can do it, we all can do it. I want to be 160 pounds lean. Maybe that... Whoa! Oh my god, dude. Okay, if I had a nickel for every single time I saw an animal in the road today, I would have 5 nickels. And is that a lot of money? No! But is that more than I expected? Yes. Today, I literally started my day off with a Pomeranian in the middle of a road. And albeit it's a 2-lane road, one going this way, one going the other way. Pretty busy also, and a Pomeranian was just prancing back and forth on the road, so we all stopped. We're all like, hey, where's your owner? Like, where is he going? And then the owner did run out. They're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I can't believe he got out of the house. And then on the way back on that same road, I saw what I assumed to be a livestock guardian dog. Those really big dogs that are pretty scary looking, but they're probably pretty nice though. Again, just in the middle of the road, just chilling. Just absolutely chilling. And then I heard another dog bark, and that dog finally got out of the road. And then when I went to go get my wallet, a bunny ran across the road. Luckily enough, it wasn't that close to me, so like I didn't have to like slam on my brakes. I could see it in the distance, so I slowed down to make sure it actually crossed fully. And then on that same drive, when I saw the bunny, after I got my wallet, I saw yet again another bunny cross the street. And then right now, I found a 3rd bunny of the night. So 2 dogs and 3 bunnies today. No possums today, though. On the same road that I'm driving on right now, last time I had to slam on the brakes because a possum was crossing the road. And it did not react at all to a car coming straight at it. It was a full deer in headlights moment. The possum just stared into the bright-ass headlights, and I was like, what is that? Luckily, I braked in time, and Mr. Possum was not turned into roadkill. I will say I am 0 for 5 for roadkill today, so which is a great percentage in my opinion. A great ratio, if I were to say so myself. And on that note, I must go home. It is now 11:38. I must go shower. I must go goon. Just kidding. I'm just gonna shower. I don't think I even have time to play Deadlock tonight. And then just go to bed and then start the day off strong tomorrow. Start the day tomorrow where I wake up and say, I can do it. Start the day tomorrow where I say, hey, I'm gonna make an effort to make a change. Start the day tomorrow where I become a little bit better than the last day. Okay, bye.